Caregiver, are you trying to make your love smaller on purpose? I'm Nicole Smith. Welcome to Verity Inc. This is a hard one to talk about. When somebody is given a terminal diagnosis, when we know that we're running out of time, a lot of the times people look to the doctors for extra treatment, are willing to do whatever it takes to get more time out of the situation. And we become very focused on quantity instead of quality, instead of asking whether or not these treatment options actually do have much chance of success. We can be so busy trying to shove out the feelings of, I'm going to lose this person, that we keep ourselves busy and do everything we can to not lose them, instead of focusing on the fact that life is short, and whether it's today or tomorrow or next month or next year, this person is going to be gone. When we don't allow those feelings to breathe, when we put those walls up in our relationship, we actually make it much harder to mourn in the time to come. I put walls up around my vulnerability a few times, where my thoughts that when Mark dies, it's going to be so much harder to miss something that was like a diamond in my pocket that I'd lost, rather than a pebble in my pocket that I'd lost, that I would intentionally withhold part of myself so that if I loved him less, it could hurt less. Not appreciating that so much of grief is shaped like regret. As soon as he died, same day, and in the weeks to follow, I took a lot of comfort from, but I said everything. He knew how I felt. We didn't withhold from one another. Yes, there were seasons. There were definitely times where my walls would go up, his would go up. And then when I was ready to take mine down, he wasn't necessarily ready. We don't get to pick how long the walls stay up for another person. Something that I only intended to struggle through by myself for a couple of days could sometimes turn into weeks or months. But in the grand scheme of things, we were recklessly open about things. You're not the only one that's scared. Your loved one's scared too. You're not the only one who's worried about how you're going to live those moments without them after. They're worried too. If they love you, they're worried for you in different ways, even than you really thought of. We need to put all of ourselves into these relationships. We need to not fear burdening the other person. Speaking our fears actually gives the other person the strength and the opportunity to speak theirs as well. And then you can wade together through deep emotions instead of shoving them aside and pretending they're not there. The love that came at Mark's end of life was amazing. He said once, "I'm so sad we only found this love when I was dying." And I said, no. We only found this love because you were dying, because we were going all in with our feelings, because we were talking about things we were worried about running out of time to talk about. I highly encourage you, if you're facing a terminal diagnosis or your loved one is, go all in. Be risky with your feelings. Be open. Don't treat it like a pebble in your pocket.